All right, guys, thanks so much for joining. Whether you're listening to us on one of the radio stations or you're listening to us on one of the podcasting sites, if you are listening to us on the podcast, shoot us a subscription. We're trying to build this up, give some more pub to women's sports. So the more you subscribe, the more you like, the more you share, the more we get these ladies some pub. We have a very special guest. She is number 23 on the court. She is number one in Iowa State fans' hearts. She's the next stud from Iowa to go and play in the WNBA. This is Macy Comito here on the program. It is Macy Comito on X, Macy.Comito23 on Instagram. Macy, did I fumble with your name?
Yeah, it's Comito. You're all good.
Comito. All right, hold on. We're gonna refresh that. We don't do wrong names on here. Comito.
You're good.
Hold on.
You want to shut the door?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll wait until she's back in action.
All right. Sorry, we had people walking through the hallway, so we had to.
Yeah, no, you're good. Thanks you for doing that. Some people wouldn't give a damn, and they just. I'm like, I've had that happen in the past. But all right, we will go. So it's Comito.
Yep.
Okay, you got it.
Very Italian. The only Italian that we've got, actually.
Hey, I'm Italian too, but I don't know why I fumbled and stumbled, but
there you go.
It's par for the course, right? Anyways, we'll rumble back. Let's go. We are back. Oh, we're still recording, right? Yeah, okay. That's fair enough. We can just edit that. All right. All right, guys. Thanks so much for listening to our show. If you're listening to us on the radio, we appreciate that. Podcast people, like, subscribe, share. We're trying to get more pub to women's sports by doing this. And if you do like, subscribe, or share this podcast, you will get this out to more people. So we do hope you do that. Very special guest on today's program. So excited to have her on. She is number 23 on the court right now, and she is number one in Iowa State University fans' hearts. The next stud from Iowa to go play in the WNBA. And she's not at Iowa. She's going to be at Iowa State. We know those people at Iowa have had some success there, but we're giving some pub to Iowa State here. Macy Comito here on the program, right?
Yes. Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
All right. Sorry about that for that pause. I fumbled with Macy's name last time, so I don't know why I did that. But anyways, it is Macy Comito on X. It's Comito on X. It is Macy.Comito23 on Instagram. Shoot her a follow on both of those. Follow her journey through Iowa State basketball. She just won a championship, her first championship in Iowa State basketball for high school, and she is with her coach. That's the guy that's standing in the background. He's not the chaperone. He is the coach. This is Justin Flores. He is the Carlisle basketball coach. Justin, thanks to having you on as well, too.
Thanks for having us, Rob.
All right, Justin, so let's kick it around. Start with you, and then we'll get into some nits and crannies with Macy in just a few moments. Coach, let's talk about this. So Carlisle has had a very strong reputation of producing basketball talent. What makes the program so successful at developing players such as Macy?
The players such as Macy.
Well, she's here, so we got to give her all the pub, right?
Yeah, I know, right?
She's in the room.
But their parents getting them into it and developing them at a young age. I've got the easy job. I try to push buttons once we're in high school and whatnot, but the development largely in part, I mean, Macy's dad worked tirelessly with her, and that's the case for a lot of them. Like they bring them up. Our youth program is becoming pretty strong here. So we've got a hand in that, but the hours that are unseen by the parents and the girls themselves is where all that credit is. The work they put in is pretty unbelievable. I mean, especially with her, you literally have to hide the basketballs from her sometimes to be able to get her to leave the gym. But yeah, that credit's all to them and their families.
So we talk about building a championship caliber, and obviously this is the first one you guys both won and winning it together. Talk about that championship caliber. What does it take? Are the girls playing summer league? Are they lifting weights? What's going on? How are you building these championship teams?
So with us, we have a lot of multi-sport athletes.
Mhm.
Macy's cousin, Mally, is going to Iowa State to be a pitcher for the softball team. Ella Smith is another senior that's going to play softball. Like 7 or 8 of our girls are softball players. About half of them are soccer players. So it's a bunch of people that are really committed to being great athletes and not necessarily just basketball players. Macy is an extremely great athlete. She'd be a top softball player in our school right now if she was able to stay out for that. But her
Mhm.
career path went in a different direction, and like rightfully so. I mean, she got to where she is. But uh, sometimes people just say Macy's a one sport athlete, and I disagree because I've seen her play softball, I've seen her play soccer, I've seen her try to hit a golf ball too. That's not as good, but yeah, the commitment from them to being athletes year round. Obviously, Macy played on the Nike circuit. Got another girl that plays on Puma circuit, and probably about 4 or 5 of them that are playing a lot of AAU ball. Um, then last year, I think the biggest difference for us was kind of committing to the weight room, and then Macy and that group of seniors just kind of taking the bull by the horn and really leading instead of just being the upperclassmen. They stepped into the leadership role and were very vocal in a positive way, and that made probably the biggest difference for us in the last calendar year.
So Macy, Coach Flaws is telling you stick with mini golf, not regular golf, if you want to go on the course. So stay with that. But anyways, we want to go in more into the interview. Ask Macy a couple of questions. So Macy, obviously, it's first state title in school history. How special was it to win with the group of seniors you won with? Because this is your first one and
Yeah,
last, for
no.
that
Yeah.
matter.
It's really special. The 4 seniors we had out, I've grown up with them. We've played basketball all of our lives together, so it was really special to be able to do this with them. Yeah, I mean, I still feel like it hasn't hit me that we won a state championship. Like, it was so surreal to see all the support that we got, and it is just really special to be part of this first state championship.
So obviously, Coach, you've been coaching, I believe, basketball and softball for quite a while now.
Yeah,
How do you say that again?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So with that said, how do you get the girls motivated for basketball? Because you've always had a good program over there, but obviously you got to, keep them motivated. They're playing all sorts of different sports and also going to school. Being a student athlete is extremely hard in high school, never mind in college. So how are you keeping them on track as far as all that goes?
The relationship building is a huge part of it. The nice thing about us is with softball. So in Iowa, we play softball in the summer, and there's positives and negatives to that. But
Right.
the same girls that we just won this championship with for basketball, we won a softball state championship in 2024. So they're used to the success year round. It's the same message being delivered year round. So there's a whole lot of consistency there. And to me, the consistency is the key. The message is the same. There's never a whole lot of mixed signals. So that consistency and then the trust, just because we're around each other so much, I think that plays a big part in it. But yeah, we try to preach the success is contagious, and if you're winning year round, if you win in the summer, you win in the fall, you're probably going to win in the winter too, or at least have a good shot of it. So that's something that I think that they believe.
Again, Macy Comito here on the program. It is MacyComito on X. And then it is Macy.Comito23 on Instagram. Shoot her a follow as far as that goes to, again, follow her journey throughout her time at Iowa State next year. Just kind of keep us going into the interview, Coach. We talk about Macy. Obviously, she's here, and that's what we're talking about today. What first stood out about her when you first saw her play? And how has she grown throughout, you coaching her?
Man, so I remember I've known who Macy was for a long time. I remember the first time I saw her dribble a basketball was she was probably in 5th grade, I think, right around 5th, 6th grade. and she was out on an outdoor court, actually in right field of one of our softball games. And I'm sitting here going, who in the heck is the girl going between her legs behind her back and hitting jumpers? And like, what in the world am I witnessing? And then when I walked out there, I saw who it was. I'm going, oh, this is what people were talking about. And so the early age, it was very clear that she had a skill set that was unlike a lot of people. And then in 8th grade, her junior high team had a whole lot of success, and that whole core group with Olivia and Mally and Macy and Ella, they kind of separated themselves there. And then just kind of watching Macy grow from a basketball standpoint since then has been pretty special. Like I said, she doesn't leave the gym. You have to beg her to take time off and like kind of rest. And it's truly tireless. And I'm not just saying that because she's sitting next to me. But the work that she put in is unlike anything that I've ever seen before. And she continues to grow. Being able to hit a jumper in transition isn't good enough for her. She's got to be able to hit a jumper from 22 feet in transition, and then she got hit one from 25 feet in transition. And it's all things that we've given her the keys to do. I mean, she's earned every last bit of it. So if she pulls up from the volleyball line, nobody even bats an eye because we've watched her do it forever. And that's just kind of the way it is with her. Like once she accomplishes something, it's like, okay, that was nice. What can I do next? And we blindfolded her at practice this year, actually, over winter break. This is a true story. We put a blindfold on her, and like the whole entire team went, and I went and I lost the ball, and it was terrible. And she took maybe 3 dribbles from half court and hit a floater in the middle of the lane, like nothing but the bottom of the net. And we're sitting here going, of course she did. Like I don't know how you can be that in tune with the game of basketball, but she is. It's a pretty special thing to watch.
I do feel like that was luck, though. He can't even give me credit for that, to be honest. But it worked in my favor.
We've got video proof.
No, I truly believe you. I want to tap on kind of what you just stated, Coach, and ask Macy this question. What do you feel like your legacy is at the school? Obviously, winning that championship is huge, but do you feel like, you impacted the program for years upon years on end? Because this will be a championship, as it being the first one, that coach can be talking about. And obviously you could even come back to the school as an Iowa State player, and girls are looking up to you and say, hey, I could be like her and play at the Big 12 level and the biggest conference for basketball in the country, for that matter.
Yeah, that's always my goal. Like, I hope I left this program in a better place than I came here in. And yeah, I think what I want people to look up to me. I feel like my class, we only had 4 people in high school. So I want to just inspire girls to get back out. It's a lot of fun. Like, being here with Coach Flaws and all of the people, like, they make it fun. We had such a great time. And it's like, I just hope to grow the program more than what it is.
All right, let's go into Iowa State basketball right now. You are heading to Iowa State's Big 12 basketball. Again, you're going up against some of the top women's programs in the country. What are you excited about as far as that goes? And how do you think your experiences in high school under Coach Flaws has prepared you for that next level? Because it's going to be intense.
Yeah. One thing that I think Coach Flaws has kind of prepared me for is, like, everything he does, he will not do it half-assed. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that or not, but
you're fine.
A lot of people don't know. Like, obviously Justin led us to beat 3 number 1 teams. But I don't think they realize how much time and effort he put into us, like, not just at practice, but he'll be sending out clips to us at 3:30 in the morning, like watching film. Yeah, so it's crazy. So I think that's something that I've kind of taken away from him. Like, if you're going to do something, go full throttle. So, yeah, and I'm just really excited to get here at Iowa State and compete against the top girls. So, yeah.
Can you talk about the recruiting process? Because obviously things have changed so much with NIL, the transfer portal. People come in, people go out. I was just on a radio station earlier at the University of Florida, and we were talking on the radio about how Florida's women's team, they just got a new coach. They had 2 people on the team, and now she's basically starting over. She was at University of Rhode Island. She's going to recruit her whole team. But I kind of want to go into that because it has changed a lot with the NIL and people coming in and out. Did that affect you in choosing schools, or just because you were an Iowa girl, you always wanted to stay in Iowa in general? I know there was a lot there in that question.
Yeah, no, obviously I started my recruiting process my summer after 7th grade, and it can be chaotic, and I'm really grateful for all the relationships that I've made. But I
Yeah.
think when I went on my visit to Iowa State, I knew I grew up an Iowa State fan. That was my dream
Oh,
school. I
okay.
went there, and it just honestly felt like home compared to all the rest. So I was really excited to have that opportunity, and I'm so excited to go there next year. But with the transfer portal, NIL, I kind of just got to focus on me.
Fair point.
We'll have a team. We'll get work done and just keep working hard in the off season and get prepared for next season.
Just a quick thing on NIL. Obviously NIL for football and men's basketball is huge. Again, I was on the radio station talking about women's basketball with the University of Florida specifically, because there was a lot of talk at University of Florida that the only way that coach that's coming in now from University of Rhode Island to Florida was going to come there was because she needed to fundraise and get more money from the athletic program. We see this not just with basketball, but women's soccer, gymnastics, the list goes on of programs as far as women's programs worried about getting that money. With NIL, have you spoke to anybody there about NIL or how that's going to work for women's basketball? Because again, that's why we're doing this program, because I feel like a lot of the women's programs kind of get shafted as far as funding, attendance, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a lot different than the men's side of things, but
Right.
I know women's basketball is growing, so there's a lot more funds coming in. But when it comes down to it, I'm there to play basketball, and that's really what I got to focus on. So
All right, fair
that's what
point.
I'm ready to go for. Yep.
I want to talk about, obviously there was a lot of other schools that were recruiting you, excuse me, fumbling and stumbling over words right now, than Iowa State, because you are a phenomenal player. Can you just talk to the audience about what other schools were looking at you, just in case if they're just finding out about you in this interview?
Oh goodness, I feel like it's been a while.
Is this list like 100 schools? Are we
No,
asking
no,
big questions here?
no.
You
No,
don't have
I
to,
would honestly say,
the
oh
cream of the
goodness,
crop, I'm sure.
definitely like Iowa State was definitely my biggest offer.
So
Oh
when you
goodness.
were at Iowa State, that was just like you got the offer and it was like game, set, match. You were done.
Yeah, I got the offer, and then that night I went home and I kind of talked it over with my parents and coaches, and then I called Coach Fennelly back up and told him that's where I want to be.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it was very quick and decisive. I
Yes.
didn't know if there was like some back and forth of, another school that may be good, but wow. Okay. Very decisive. So just moving on to, preparing for next season, interviewing other players, talk to some women that are playing basketball and they're playing in summer leagues or they're going to the campus early and working out with, the team or other people, whatever it may be. I know there's regulations with, you can't practice this time and that time. Are you going to campus early? Are you playing in a summer league before you get to school? What's going to happen for you this summer?
Yeah. So I believe as of right now, my move-in date is June 6th. So I get about
Oh,
3 weeks of
beautiful.
summer, and then I'm kind of off to college, and I'll be doing workouts with the team.
Are you taking summer courses or no?
I will. I'll take one summer course. I'm not sure what that will be yet, but
Sure.
just kind of getting in the groove of things, I'll take a summer course.
Yeah, that's a good play that they started you out like that.
Mhm.
What do you expect your role is going to be for the team next year? Have you talked to coach about all that?
Yeah, when I talked to Coach Fennelly, obviously there's been some changes in our roster, so it will look a little different. But
Sure.
last time I talked to him, I'll be a combo guard, whether that's point guard, wing, kind of doing whatever the team needs, honestly.
Okay, fair point. I want to go to some lightning round questions. I mean, some of them are maybe a little bit more extensive than lightning round, but we'll go into this. Some fun questions for people listening. Again, we are listening to Macy Comito here on the program. Is Macy Comito at on X and also Macy.Comito23 on Instagram. So let's go through these lightning round questions. So, favorite basketball memory with Coach Flaws?
Okay.
Oh,
There
there's
might
a
be
lot
too
of
many to
them.
name here.
I
Dwindle
think
the list. Go
one of
ahead.
my favorite memories is we took an overnight trip to another school. What was that in November? Something.
November would have been Atlantic, yeah.
Yeah, November, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and we text in the we text in the group chat, and we're like, "Can we walk to Taco Bell?" And then Justin responds, and he goes, like, "Be at the bus in 10 minutes." And Justin drives the bus. He took us to Taco Bell, and we all got blast at 11:30 at night. It was great, and I'm not sure another coach would do that. So that's what makes Justin so special.
Yeah, I agree. No one be driving at 11 o'clock at night, a bunch of girls to Taco Bell.
Well, I know.
So you must be a saint for doing that, Coach.
Yeah.
When we talk
Say
about
that
like
again.
a game,
I'm what? I'm a saint? I'm a saint?
yeah, saint.
You're a good man, Rob.
You're a good man from what we've spoke on the phone, at least for a little bit of length. So I respect you, and I told you I respect what you do as far as a coach, but also what you do at the school as teaching special education. Anybody that teaches those group of kids is a good person in my book, as a person that's done that kind of job as well. So I do respect you for that, all kidding aside. But we'll go back to Macy with this question as far as this lightning round. When we go to like a game day playlist or a hype up mix, and maybe Coach, you can even jump in with this because I'm sure you've heard this maybe in the locker room or on road trips in general. What's that game day playlist that Macy you kind of get hyped up to?
Oh goodness. If I had my way, which I get a lot of crap for it, I would choose country. I'm a big country fan. But as a team overall, our hype song was Hit the Quan. And so we would be in the locker room dancing to that and getting ready for our game. So that would be our go-to song.
Coach, do you get any input on any of the playlists, or they just kind of play what they want and you're just there for the ride?
They don't really like me to take over music. If I do that, it always ends up like Slipknot or or Snoop or Dre.
All right, well, that stuff's good. Slipknot's a little too hardcore for me as far as rock,
well,
but
sometimes we have to write our own songs too, though. We wrote a few songs this winter that were pretty good.
Who's writing the songs, you or the girls?
Man, I'll take the credit for it.
Okay.
They're pretty good. They should be hits. I can send.
Do we have some singers on the team?
On Justin. Justin was in a band. Just so everyone knows, his band name was Adeline. Look them up. They're just great.
Are you still singing or playing right now, Coach?
You know, I've got a guitar back here in my classroom.
Okay.
But oddly enough,
do we get the guitar out and Macy can do background vocals, or is that what we're going to start?
We don't want Macy singing.
Oh, that would be brutal.
I think the only thing worse than me singing would be Macy singing.
And so that would be the screeching of the record then.
Yeah, she's a pretty good basketball player, but man, she can't handle the vocals.
Yeah,
no tunes. True. Okay, no tunes. We'll keep it at that. When we go to like rituals and superstitions, and both of you guys can answer this if you like. Do you guys have any rituals or superstitions?
Oh, good. I feel like he's superstitious. I don't necessarily have any. I think just one of my favorite like pregame routines is I would have the team over to my house and we could just hang out there before and like kind of just get ready for the game there. And that was about it.
So no pre-wrap. I know a lot of the soccer girls that I know, they're all about pre-wrapping their hair or certain colors and all this other jazz. None of that?
Oh, we did actually have a ribbon in our hair every single game, and we would just kind of mix that up. So I guess that's a superstition.
Is that like a certain color or?
So my cousin Mally would like to match the other team's colors. So whatever the other team was wearing, we would wear that color ribbon in our hair.
Is that like a play against them? Like rubbing in the face?
You would have to ask her.
All right. We'll try to get her on the program. Anyways, we'll move on. What would be your dream job if you weren't a basketball player? You just gone into college as a regular student.
Oh goodness. I guess my plan right now is to be a physical therapist. I'm not sure what my dream job would be, to
So
be
it'll be
honest.
after listen, it would be after the WNBA then.
Hopefully, yes.
We want to see you game out against Caitlin Clark.
All right. Sounds like a
Or
plan.
Katie Martin, rather. Either
Yep.
one. Iowa State against Iowa in the
I would love
WNBA.
it.
All right,
Yep.
all right. Just a few more questions back. When we talk about embarrassing things that you've done in a game or a practice, you might have to go to coach about this one, but if you want to say it out, Macy, you're more than welcome.
Oh goodness.
I know I'm sure stuff has went down.
I'm trying to think.
The one embarrassing moment for Macy.
Okay.
This year, she's in transition, and she got caught. Like she throws behind the back passes and between, like she can do it all, and she's got the green light to do that. But I will never let her forget this year when she came down in transition, and she tried to go behind the back, and I don't know if the ball got stuck on your jersey or what happened, but the ball did not get to where it was going, and she just kind of looked. She never shows any emotion. So when she kind of looks over, like, what was that? You know that she's a touch rattled, and that's the first time I've probably ever seen her rattled. But yeah, there was one time where she threw a bad pass.
So who does she base her game off of? You know, this is for you, Macy, I guess, not for him. Who you base your game off?
Honestly, I'll give credit to him. I think he's like one of the first coaches that like encouraged me to throw behind the back pass. So that's pretty cool, and I guess I can give him credit for that.
So, Coach, did you play before, like a lot in college or high school or what? What's going on with this?
So you can't tell when I'm sitting down here in this chair, but I'm only about 5'8" on my tallest day.
Okay.
So I lasted about a week in college of basketball, and those guys are so good. I mean, there's no room for a 5'8" slow guy. So no,
you gotta know how to shoot though. You gotta shoot the J.
I can shoot, but not like my brothers.
All right.
But no, I mean, I grew up in a basketball family. I mean, my uncles played in college and played at a pretty high level, and it's always been my first love. So the love for it's always been there. The only thing, basketball didn't love me back because I was 5'8", but I loved it. It's something that I've always just been a student of, and it's been a passion of mine. So that's how I ended up here doing this. But unfortunately, the college route is not for a guy my stature.
When we talk about like NBA or WNBA, Macy, I guess that's what I was kind of inferring. What kind of player do you kind of base your game off as far as those kind?
Ooh. WNBA, that's kind of tough. I think who I really looked up to growing up in like these past few years would have been Emily Ryan, who was the point guard at Iowa State. She's not playing in the WNBA, but she's someone that I really look up to and kind of want to model my game after.
Okay, fair enough. And like, who would be your favorite player as far as now that's maybe playing again WNBA or NBA?
Ooh, I'm a big James Harden fan.
Really? Okay.
I am. And then obviously Bridget Carlton is fun to watch. She's in the WNBA.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll move in with the last question. If you were to hang around with one person as far as an athlete, dead or alive, who would it be?
Oh. I think Dennis Rodman. I think he would be a fun time.
Are you more of like an old school basketball fan, like 90s? And I know you weren't really alive to see a lot of the 80s and 90s, but it seems like you're more of like an old school fan. Like
I don't know. I mean, I've watched some documentaries. Like I really enjoy that. So maybe that's where that stems from.
Okay. Because I very rarely hear someone say Dennis Rodman for anything, unless they're like, maybe a big guy underneath and they're physical rebounder. Because, we all know the NBA has changed. It's more of a flop league now than, them playing. And coach, you know what I'm talking about. The 90s and the 80s was totally different NBA basketball than it is now.
Yeah, no, we have a rule. You can't play for me unless you know who Dennis Rodman and Larry Bird and Pete Maravich were.
Yeah, Pistol Pete and Larry. It's from your neck of the woods. Kind of. Somewhere, Midwest, I guess.
I've been to French Lick. I've actually shot baskets at Larry Bird's childhood home.
Really? Wow, that's cool. Very impressive. Last question. Well, two last questions, one for Coach and one for Macy. We'll go with Coach first. Obviously, you're losing a lot of good senior leadership. For the ladies that are coming back, what are you expecting next year? And is there any big names that people should be looking out for that are going to be coming back next year or coming in maybe?
Yeah, so we have two starters coming back, Taylor Thomas and Cammie Clark. Cammie's going to be awesome. She's pushing 6 foot. She's probably 5'11". She's a guard that can really do a lot of things, and Macy's really honestly helped bring her along and kind of give her some confidence. But she's a girl that if we didn't have Macy scoring 20 something in the game this year, Cammie would have done it. And Cammie was unselfish enough to not feel the pressure, like, oh, I got to hurry up and score and all this stuff. She knew her role on the team, and that's why we were successful. Her and Taylor both, when it comes to just understanding what their role was this year and understanding that, next year's probably their turn where they're going to be volume scorers. Those two will be back as far as the starting lineup goes. As far as everybody else, we got spots open, and it's going to be interesting to kind of see who steps up and takes those. The biggest thing for us is understanding that just because you won a championship this year doesn't mean anything about anything going forward, So you can either be satisfied that you won it this year and that's good enough for you, or you can hopefully be on to the next one. And if that's our mindset, then I think we're in pretty good shape.
Well, everybody's going to be gunning for you guys next year, so I'm sure they know that, and hopefully they'll put that hot and hustle effort in there and kick some butt next year. Last question for you, Macy. There'll probably be a lot of young women listening to this. Maybe they want to play at that high school level that you played at, as far as real high level, and also obviously at the college level in the Big 12 conference. What advice would you give to young women listening to our show tonight about, the effort that it takes and the willingness to win to get to that level that you're going to be getting to next year, or this year, I should say, actually?
Yeah, I think something that I've grown up being told, especially by my dad, is the sacrifices will be worth it, whether it's giving up time to spend with your friends to go to the gym. Right. It pays off. There's so many opportunities. You'll meet so many new people. And yeah, I just think it's really special. I know it sucks to give up something you really want to do, but in the end, it really pays off. Again,
Macy Comito. Definitely check her out on S. It is MacyComito on X, and then it's macy.comito23 on Instagram. Shoot her a follow on both of these. Macy, such a pleasure to meet you. Much success in the next level. Hopefully we can get you on again. I know you got a busy schedule the next few months, but you can give us a little update of what the heck's going on at Iowa State and how you guys are kicking some booty over there. And Coach, we will be in contact. I will be following you from now on. Such a great interview. Thank you so much, both of you guys.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, Rob.